Uzima Lifestyle Center, Eat for Optimal Health. We are so delighted that you joined us today for this new episode. Remember, this season, we are doing gluten-free recipes, and we have a great one for you. We are just getting into spring, and so a nice soup is great for this season. So today, we are going to make creamy asparagus and peas soup. And we will accompany that with oat biscuits. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is going to be so very yummy. And so before we begin, permit me to remind you that Uzima Lifestyle Center is a one-stop shop for all your preventive health needs. So we are so confident of our service that we want to ask you if you have any friends, relatives, church members who have any chronic diseases, you feel free to recommend them to us or refer them to us. We will help them with their chronic diseases. And currently, we are conducting diabetes prevention and self-management classes. We also do hypertension reversal and management classes. In addition, we do our cooking classes and so much more. So follow us on www.uzimalifestylecenter.org. That is our website. And feel free to send us an email, uzimalifestylecenter@yahoo.com. And those of you who do not feel like surfing the web or giving us an email, sending us an email, feel free to call 917-531-7901. So yes, today we are doing creamy asparagus and pea soup. Also remember that our cookbook is still available and you can get it on our website. Website again, www.uzimalifestylecenter.org. Feel free to visit us there. So now for our recipe, we have our asparagus ready. I want you to see my board. We have our asparagus ready. And here we have our beans, our green beans. Here we have some sweet peppers and our garlic. It calls for shallot, but I prefer to use red onions. Here you have it. Then we are going to use also almond milk. This is our almond breeze milk, as you can see there. And here we have our vegetable broth. And finally, here we have our nutritional yeast. Remember, the nutritional yeast is optional. So to get started, we have our asparagus here. You wash it very well, and then you are going to place it on a pan. You have your oven already at 400 degrees. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to put the asparagus in this baking tray. Then we are going to drizzle it with some olive oil. You don't need a lot. And then we are going to add to this some of our favorite Uzima Lifestyle Center seasoning. And we are going to have this in the oven for 15 minutes. Here is our Uzima Lifestyle Center herbs and spice seasoning. So now that we have this together, I am just going to switch it around a little bit, and then we are going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes. So now for the oat biscuits. So we are going to use organic old-fashioned rolled oats, and we are just going to put it in our Vitamix and make the flour, okay? Put the oats in the Vitamix, and we are just going to our own oat flour. We are ready to go with this. All right. So we have our oat flour ready. Now we are going to use Earth Balance, which is a very healthy butter, and it's also organic. Okay, we have our flour added. Now we have already put in there our baking powder. So we are going to blend these together. We're going to put a pinch of salt. Now let me tell you, I want to make a little twist with this. So what we are going to do here, I'm going to add some of our Uzima seasoning to this. So we have that ready. Okay. We're going to start blending this together. I'm going to show you what it looks like in a little bit. Get these out of our way so you can see in my bowl here. Just want to make sure we have everything in there. And then we are going to mix this together, and we're going to leave it to raise for a little bit. So we're going to mix this all in. This is going to be nice, crunchy oat biscuit. So we're going to continue to mix this together until it comes to a nice dough, and then we let it sit for a little bit. Until it rises. Okay. Now I'm going to put this back in my bowl. And I'm going to cover it a little bit with some saran wrap. And we'll leave that for a couple of minutes so that it can raise. All right. So far we have prepared our asparagus. It's in the oven, being baked a little bit. And we have already mixed our dough for the oat biscuits. So our green peas, that's the better way to say it, the green peas. So the green peas are very good. It's a very good source of vitamin C and E, as you can expect. It also has zinc and other antioxidants. When you see that bright green color, you think of antioxidants. And this is important because it strengthens your immune system. It has a good portion of zinc. The other ingredients are vitamin A, vitamin B, and cholesterol. C-O-U-M-E-S-T-O-L, cholesterol, or cholesterol. Either way you pronounce it, it is correct. And the spelling is C-O-U-M-E-S-T-R-O-L. That's very great to build up your body. Now, in addition to that, it helps to reduce inflammation. We know for a fact that inflammation is the base of diseases, so keeping inflammation low would reduce our chances or our risk of various diseases. It lowers your risk of chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, etc., and heart disease as well as arthritis. So incorporating green peas in your meals is a very good thing. And it's pretty versatile. So you can put it in your salads, you can do soups, you can just use it as a side there's so many different ways you can use your green peas. It is very nutritious. It is low in calories. Unsweetened almond milk doesn't raise your blood sugar. It is dairy-free, enriched with vitamin D, so it's good for your bones. It may reduce your risk of heart disease. And as I said earlier, it is enriched with vitamin D. Vitamin D, as you know, is very great for your bones. So here you have it, the benefits of the almond. Now, because you want your dish to be a little cheesy, this is just an optional. You can choose to use some nutritional yeast, and at the end of our program, I'll tell you a little bit about the benefits of the nutritional yeast. But feel free to add it, or you don't have to. The soup will still be very flavorful. You may be wondering, what are some of the benefits of the nutritional yeast? Remember, it is optional. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. It boosts your energy. It supports your immune system. It promotes healthy skin, hair, and nails. Great. It improves your glucose sensitivity. So this is great for people with diabetes. And it supports healthy pregnancy. So these are some of the great benefits of the nutritional yeast. So you can either add it or you can leave it out. It's your choice, right? But it has some great nutritional benefits. And then we know the peppers, they are rich in antioxidant. Anytime you see colors like green, yellow, red, all of these pigmentation tells you there's a lot of antioxidant. And we are also going to use garlic, which is an antibiotic and antifungal, antibacterial, etc., as well as the onions. These are going to be incorporated as a part of our soup. So here you have it, all the different ingredients. We are going to take our asparagus out in a few minutes. Our asparagus all ready. We add it in the oven for about 15 minutes. So you see how nice and soft it is. See how nice and soft it is. It is cooked through really well. In the meantime, while I'm cutting this, we have our pan ready on the stove here. Okay, so we're going to cut the asparagus here. So in the pan, we have our vegetable broth. And to this, let me just switch my camera a little around here so you can see a little bit of the vegetable broth here. All right, so that is getting ready. So as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to add the onions, the garlic, and the sweet peppers. In the meantime, I'll continue cutting the asparagus here. I'm going to cover this so that it comes to a boil, and I'm going to finish cutting the asparagus. Okay, so that is to a boil now, so I'm going to add the asparagus a little later. Not in that pan though. I'm going to blend this in the Vitamix. So what we have on the stove, we have the onions, garlic, and I'm going to add the sweet peppers now. And then to this, I'm going to add the green beans or the green peas. So everything will be nicely cooked. Okay, that is boiling very well. So this is boiling. So we are going to add the peas, all of it. I'm going to stir this around a little bit. We're going to get some of this stuff out of our way. When it boils a little more, we are going to add the milk. And then finally, we are going to add the asparagus. in the blender and we are going to blend it all up. I'm going to continue cutting the asparagus so that when we are ready to blend it, it's small pieces so that it can blend quickly. You know, actually, if you would like, you can just bake your asparagus like this to be a part of another dish. So, as I said, the asparagus is very versatile, so you can do a bunch of things with it. Okay, so now our peas, our green peas, as well as our peppers and so forth, they're boiling. So we are going to turn this off. We are going to add our milk, our almond milk. And yes, we are going to put the asparagus in the Vitamix. Get this out of our way. And we are going to blend this until it's nice and creamy. So we have all our asparagus there in the Vitamix. What we will do now, we are going to add our green beans and all the other ingredients that we had there. And then we are going to blend this really well. Okay, so as you can see, we have the dough ready here. And we are just going to roll it out. And then I'm going to put it in the grease dish. You're good and ready to go. Now the oats give it a real nice firm texture. So what we're going to do now, we are going to add it to this dish. Don't bother yourself too much that it's breaking up into pieces. That's fine. We're just going to put it all together here. To make sure everything comes together really well. So here is our biscuits. I am just going to form these. Take the knife and just cut it in squares. Now you can make them as small or as large as you would like them to be. And then I'm going to take this fork and I'm just going to put some holes in it. So it has the nice texture and looks as biscuits. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Our finished product. I'll have you take a look. And I'll say to you, bon appetit. So here we have, as you can see, we have our asparagus peas and green peas soup. We have our oat biscuits here, and we have a serving of salad. Now, so if you would like this to retain its nice, vibrant green color, you need to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on it. And in that way, it will not oxidize. It would maintain its beautiful green color. And the lemon juice is going to add some flavor to it as well, right? And then you can sprinkle a few drops of red peppers. These are the bell peppers. So again, you have a complete meal. This is especially great for when the weather is cold and you want something to warm you up. Here you have it. You have your asparagus green peas soup with your serving of salad. And yes, we have our oat biscuits. It was really a pleasure cooking with you this evening. So I want to say to you, try this recipe and please, please, please leave a comment on our page so that we can know how your recipe came out. Cheers to your good health. Remember, as always, eat for optimal health, for your body is God's temple. Thanks again for joining us. See you in the next 2 weeks. Take care now. Bye-bye.